Hey, what's up everybody? It's Gwen and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new, welcome to my channel. So welcome back to the Natural Hair Basics course, and today we are going to be talking about Deep Conditioner 101. If you are not new to my channel, you will know that that is my favorite step in the natural hair process, so let's get started. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also be sure to turn on all your notifications and hit the join button in the description box to become a member. Also be sure to check out the description box for my natural hair coaching program, as well as my natural hair store, SoNaturalista shop. All right, let's get started. So in the last lesson, we talked about Conditioner 101. And so I talked about rinse out conditioners and why they are important for your natural hair journey. So next we're going to be talking about deep conditioner. So the difference between deep conditioner and rinse out conditioner is that deep conditioner can be left in your hair. So conditioner and deep conditioner have the same purpose, which is adding in moisture back after you've used shampoo. But I feel like deep conditioner is a little bit more unique in that it can do deeper treatments for your hair. So because it's left in your hair for a longer period of time, it's able to dig deeper into the hair and give you more benefits. And then depending on the ingredients in the deep conditioner, they can do specific things and, give you benefits for your hair. Let's talk about if you really need to do a deep conditioner. Now, while I am going to get into whether or not you need to buy a deep conditioner, I do think it is beneficial to leave conditioner in your hair for a longer period of time. The benefit of the deep conditioner is that the effects last longer in your hair. If you are just adding rinse out conditioner and rinsing it out, then you aren't really giving your hair a chance to get all the benefits from the conditioner. But if you leave the conditioner in your hair, you're able to get more benefits from the product. That's what I meant. And then especially if you are straight natural like I am, in that you are spacing out your wash days, or even as unnatural, like you wear your hair naturally curly, you are spacing out your washing, I hope, because washing your hair every day is really drying for your hair. It's also a lot of manipulation. So deep conditioner helps to provide those extra benefits in between your wash days so that your hair doesn't dry out too quickly. So let's get into whether or not you need to actually buy a conditioner or a deep conditioner. So the truth is you really can use a rinse out conditioner and just leave it in your hair. However, I'm someone that recommends doing protein treatments, or at least using strengthening treatments in your hair. So if you are using a moisturizing rinse out conditioner, then that's not going to be good enough for you to just leave in your hair and that's the only product that you're using. I think this is a good time to talk about what protein overload and moisture overload is in your hair. So I have multiple videos on my channel where I'm talking about protein moisture balance. So protein moisture balance, I think, is a really fundamental concept to understand, and I feel like I'll get more into this as I get into the Natural Hair Advanced course. But as a beginner, I would recommend just understanding that you need to make sure that your hair is moisturized so that it doesn't break off and that it is hydrated. But you also need protein so that your hair doesn't have too much moisture into the fact that it's weak and it has enough strength to withstand your day-to-day manipulation of your hair. So deep conditioners are a great way to introduce moisture as well as protein into your hair. And you can definitely use protein ingredients throughout your wash day process. But if you remember from my shampoo 101 and my conditioner 101 videos, I really recommend sticking with moisture for those particular steps. And then deep conditioner, I think it's a good idea to introduce protein in that way. Everyone is different based on their hair damage, like their level of damage. If you are someone who is color treating your hair, bleaching your hair, or if you're just someone who you tried strengthening ingredients, they aren't really like a bother for you, then that's totally fine. But as someone who has hair that reacts very quickly to protein and gets really overloaded with protein, if I'm not careful enough to bring the moisture back into my hair, I can kind of get into a bit of an issue. So I personally don't add any protein in my regimen until I get to deep conditioner. So I think this is a perfect segue to get into the type of deep conditioners that are on the market. So whether the market changes, there's so many products that aren't available anymore. The fundamental thing is it a moisturizing deep conditioner or a strengthening deep conditioner? If it is a moisturizing deep conditioner, it has moisturizing ingredients. Moisturizing ingredients are humectants. And humectants are ingredients that bring moisture to your hair, and I will list on the screen some common humectants. It's really important to get familiar with the ingredients that you are looking at in your hair products. I found that over the course of my natural hair journey, this has become really important because products come and go, and you need to understand what your hair needs in order to provide it with the right products to serve that function. I think it makes you really resilient as the natural hair market changes, and I really think it helps you to learn how to take care of your natural hair. So those are moisturizing deep conditioners. And then strengthening deep conditioners are ones that have strengthening ingredients in them. So we are getting into like more of an advanced concept, but essentially there are proteins. And so these are the common proteins that are found. There are other ingredients that are strengthening. Your best option is just to Google it. So especially if you are wanting to get into like the Ayurvedic treatments, things that are naturally strengthening because they, are from usually plant-based products. I'm not going to lie. Usually it's something that's like some type of root. So, yeah, I can't even name them off the top of my head, but I've used some like Ayurvedic powders and they've been really strengthening. So there are different strengthening ingredients that you can use for deep conditioners. And so I like to use those in my hair. As someone who values protein moisture balance and someone who is washing their hair once a month, now that I'm straight natural, I implement protein and moisture in my deep conditioners. This is important because like I said, am spacing out my wash days a month apart. So I really need my hair to have the benefits throughout the month to make it to the next wash day. When I was curly, I was alternating. So I was only doing a moisture treatment, then a protein treatment, alternating each week. That's what I was doing. With my hair curly, I felt like I was able to do a full moisture wash day, but as a straight natural, I do not recommend that, especially if you're adding heat into your hair. So those are the breakdowns of the types of products that are on the market. And let's get into some of my current ones that I'm using. And if any of them are my favorite, I'll let you know. So this is the current matchup that I have right now. So I'm using the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. This is the one that I'm using for strengthening, and looking at the ingredients right now, there is hydrolyzed corn protein, biotin, hydrolyzed wheat protein, hydrolyzed soy protein, ginseng root extract. And then for moisturizing, I'm using the Raw Sugar Healing Power Hair Mask with avocado oil, banana, coconut milk, and agave. Unfortunately, this particular product is discontinued, but Raw Sugar does have hair masks that are still on their market. So those are the ones that I'm currently using. Other ones that I will shout out are these two. So first is the Miel Rice Water and Aloe Vera Deep Conditioner. I love this deep conditioner so much. I got this from Marshall's, and you can get these really inexpensive. I've seen these recently at Marshall's for like $3 each, and it was really tempting to just buy them all, but I did not. So I'm proud of myself. And then another one is the Miel Rosemary Mint Strengthening Hair Mask. So this is the green one. This one is one of my favorites. I feel like this goes really well with my straight natural hair and also my curly hair. And then this one I just kind of use. I feel like this is a good, you're just running to the store and picking things up type of treatment. I like going to the store and just picking up my products. So I like how this is readily available. So these are my two favorites. And then for moisturizing, I don't really have a favorite right now. I was liking these raw sugar ones, but they're all discontinued now. So I'm going to have to find some new ones. These are kind of my stash right now. I literally have these two unused raw sugar ones. And then this last one, there was a sale, so I grabbed multiple. And then I have my two Miel ones, and then I found this Curlsmith one randomly at TJ Maxx for like $16. So this one's a little more, but I've never tried this one before. I wanted to try it. So I have these three unused, and then I have the Briogeo one. So this is my hair stash as far as deep conditioners are concerned. I made a big hair collection video, and I used to do like my declutters and all that. Yeah, I don't have that many products anymore, just because like I said, I am not washing my hair as much, but I might need to start investing in some more products, splurging on some more products, just so that I can try some and I can help you all. If you sign up for my coaching program, I want to be able to be familiar with the market. But anyways, getting off topic, that is the deep conditioners that I currently like to use. Let's finish off with directions. So for me personally, I mostly follow the directions on the back of the packaging. I feel like there was this whole big thing of you can leave a deep conditioner in overnight, leave it on for 30 minutes, use heat, don't use heat. I say try a bunch of different ways and figure out which one works for your hair. I say your best bet is to look at the back of the back of the packaging, and it'll teach you how to use this. So for example, for the Briogeo one, you're supposed to apply this and leave it on for 10 minutes at least and then rinse it out. So that's what I do. I do tend to do 10-minute treatments, and then if one particular product says to leave it in for longer, I don't leave it on longer for 15 minutes. So it's usually 10 to 15 minutes is when I leave it in. And then applying heat, you definitely can. I don't think there's anything wrong with applying heat. I think it honestly is just the hassle and like how lazy you are. When it comes to washing my hair, I don't have much patience. I just kind of want to, get through the process. So that is how I usually do my deep conditioners. I think that is everything. So yes, this has been my Deep Conditioner 101 video. And yes, that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also be sure to turn on all your notifications and hit the join button in the description box to become a member. Also be sure to check out the description box for my natural hair coaching program, as well as my natural hair store, SoNaturalista shop. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.